G'day everybody, how are we all? It's Christian here from Starseeds and Patriots of Down Under. I trust everyone's doing well and coping with everything that's going on right now and coping with the solar energies that are influxing us right now and coming in. I know that can take its toll on one's body energetically and etherically and physically, mentally, psychologically. And it's, I can say, just go with the flow right now and be flowing like water, be free, as Bruce Lee would say. Just a quick update, just to let everyone know today, that myself and Whistleblower BoB tomorrow will be going live at 1 o'clock Eastern State Date and Time, okay? It's going to be amazing. We're going to be talking about his experiences that he has had with remote viewing. Yes, there's a lot more than meets the eye with Whistleblower BoB, and he has some amazing gifts and abilities that he would love to share with all of us, so long as time can permit as we go forward. Hopefully in time, as we do move forward with everything that's coming about right now, we know that the world will come to a grinding halt at some stage, and he will actually have that time that he will be able to spare with us and share in those experiences with us. And hopefully through that process as well, any of you that are in the audience that like to watch us through his experiences or mine, hopefully they can actually help you with your experiences and identify that you're not alone in this process, okay? There's others that are going through this too, and we're glad that sometimes some of our experiences are actually able to help you, and some of the information that we give as well. It's actually quite a blessing to be able to be in this position, to be actually one of the only people to be able to work with BoB at this stage. It's actually been a beautiful friendship that's actually come about in such ways that we've actually found that there's a connection with our past. Yes, our past as children, that has come about to us reconnecting now as adults. Yes, we will go on the record and actually share that at some stage with you all. But beside that, tomorrow we will also be talking not only about BoB's experiences with remote viewing, we'll also be talking about the Congressional Committee Hearing in Washington in regards to U.A.Ps and U.S.A.'s non-terrestrial human and non-human presences that are going on right now with the disclosure. Okay, and now I'm going to be talking and showing all of you some of the sections, part 1s, part 2s, and sections B's, C's, D's, etc., of all the new laws that are going to be coming into place in regards to some of these big corporations that are off the books, receiving funding from the Pentagon, in relation to some of these black budgets and creating all sorts of exotic technologies that are actually being kept from the public. We're going to go through some of these from sections 1 through till 10, and I think I'm missing one section. I'll have to go and actually find that and actually add it to it. I'll have to go back through Dr. Sala's feed and actually take a screenshot of that because I haven't got it the other way anymore. But anyway, in saying that, we'll be talking about these new laws that are going to be coming into place, sections 1 through till 10. And we'll be also covering David Grush's actual CVA. Yes, his resume, for all of you that don't know what CVA is in American terms. Yes, it's his resume. And I've got to say, folks, he's on the level. He is 100% on the level, even though recently he's been called out to be a liar by a certain senator in Congress. That particular senator, I believe, is they're now looking for his resignation. I hope that he actually turns in his resignation because he's an embarrassment, to say the least. But David Grush is not an embarrassment. He is absolutely 100% on the level and giving you 100% disclosure of these black budget programs, or U.S.A.Ps as they call them in their terms, in their world. It's Unacknowledged Special Access Programs. Okay, these are black budget, off the books, Pentagon funded, private corporations that create off-world exotic back-engineered technologies that are from downed aircraft. Okay, and he has gone on the record and said that these aircraft are back-engineered. We have anti-gravity, counter-gravity. We have quite a lot of things that are that have been wound up in some of these 7,000 patents that have been so-called under top secret for so many years that Trump, I believe, was able to get released during his administration, just prior to him leaving. So let's hope that some of these things that they're talking about here are actually going to come forward and come out to be public, because that'll actually be the end of fossil fuels overnight. Okay, it'll also mean quite a lot of other things. We will also be talking about technologies that are available. I'm going to be showing you all some of the actual real life applications for smart glass, or as you don't know it as to be in their terms in the U.S.A.P world, transparent aluminum. Okay, now I'm a big fan of Trek. Okay, I'm a big Star Trek fan, always have been since I was a child. Most things sci-fi that you probably don't know. I'm going to share that with you now, and it's actually triggered quite a lot for me in relation to truth in plain sight. Now looking back at it as an adult and knowing full well that some of what I grew up with in science fiction, so-called lore or whatever, canon, universes, etc., have actually been based on truth in plain sight, real life technologies that have actually been put in front of us to enjoy as sci-fi entertainment. But what I found is that looking back in my mind, knowing that transparent aluminum is actually a real thing, I'm going to show you all the US Patent Office release from 1985, not 95, 1985, of when the actual US Patent Office released this to the public, which then begs the question to everyone, how long has these U.S.A.Ps been using transparent aluminum as part of their smart glass technology? Very good question. And it also, I'll be showing the actual molecular matrix of this smart glass technology and how it looks on its molecular level put together in its matrix. I'll also be showing you a video, an excerpt taken from the original movie Star Trek The Voyage Home, which came out when I was only a boy in primary school. Yeah, 1985, I was in grade 5. Okay? And I remember this movie vividly because it's still one of my favourites today. Okay? Where in this particular movie, they need transparent aluminum to be able to transport these whales. They need to have transparent aluminum walls that are only 1 inch thick to be able to transport these whales and the water that they reside in. They have to beam this up and put it inside their ship so they can travel back to the future, because the future has no whales. They've been hunted to extinction. So to repopulate the earth with whales in the future, they need to go back in time to pick these whales up. And in this particular movie, there's a scene where Mr. Scott, hey lad, hey captain, okay, he goes and actually works with a plexiglass guy with Bones, who is also known as the ship's doctor, Dr. McCoy. And they are talking to the manager of this complex facility in relation to transparent aluminum. They ask him about how big would a wall need to be in relation to holding so many 1,000 cubic feet of water plus a couple of whales. Okay, and the guy answers simply, he goes 6 inches. We carry that in stock. And Mr. Scott turns around and says to him, perhaps what if I was to show you there was a way to create and fabricate the same sort of wall, do the same job, being only 1 inch thick? Would that be worth something to you, laddie? Now, looking back on this, okay, you got to ask yourself, was Hollywood white hat CIA operatives that work within Hollywood putting truth in plain sight in a Star Trek movie back in 1985, where it refers to now as the Q post, future proves past? Okay, so we'll be sharing that with you, and then I'll be also sharing some photos of some of this other truth in plain sight of smart glass pads used in some of these new Avengers movies that Tony Stark's character used to have in his hand. It used to have holographic displays as well. Okay, so it shows you how relative this smart glass has actually moved through history and been silent behind the scenes. Meanwhile, we pay thousands of dollars for these devices that we actually record ourselves on and put these videos up on, whereas they actually cost almost next to nothing to make, but they're 10 times stronger than steel, and you'll never have to replace a screen again, let alone have to replace them or update them. Okay, and they all run, funnily enough, on Apple software. I wonder if Steve Jobs really died. Oh, there's a question for all of you. Let's ponder that for a second anyway. But I'll leave it there, because this is what we'll be talking about tomorrow, everyone, on Starseeds and Patriots of Down Under. It's going to be a magic show. It's going to be awesome. We'll even be doing a reading from my books again at the end. Who knows where this will go. So let's just go for the ride and just enjoy it for the time being, everyone. I'm going to enjoy it with you. I bless you all for just being here with myself and Whistleblower Bob. It's going to be amazing. So hopefully we'll see you there at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Hey, take care until then, everyone. Be good to each other. Love yous.